Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would work on this Helios a little bit more and start working on an engineering room for the video. I just figured I'd show you a quick update on some of the things that were done since the last time I showed this ship. Not too long ago actually, but I did work out this top room section over here. So this is kind of like the crew area. Essentially, it's going to have a couple bedrooms, or well, bedrooms, a couple crew rooms over here, which I have not done yet. There's one there and one over here with a window looking into a module bay. I also added in a second fill-in 640K bay. So I was kind of thinking, well, I had a little extra space, of course, but you know, if you're going to do more serious production on the Helios without the production bay, or in addition to the production bay, now you can have like a 640K input and output. So it's got two of these fill-ins now. So I do have to do up this room yet, and I do have to do there's another miscellaneous room somewhere in the front area. I also built out the CPU core room. So we've got all our standard CPU blocks in here, and then you got room for up to 12 quantum or auxiliary cores. Obviously, you can fit a whole lot more in here, but at least that's where they are sitting at. This over here was just a wacky little thing. This hallway coming off from the back of that, and actually there was stuff up here, basically some open area, and the other elevator that comes up down from here could meet up to it. So I sort of connected them. Not that it necessarily needs to be that way, but this is actually, its main purpose is a way out to the flight deck over here, but this kind of works out. And then behind over here is another, this door wants to open for me, place to get to these extra shield parts, which are going to be removed, and I got to texture the inside of that area as well. But what I wanted to do here on this, I also kind of did a lot more texturing on the flight deck, so that is sort of getting there. Trying to work out some things. I got a couple little things that are bugging me. Now, in comments, too, before I get working on engineering, one comment that I kind of agree with, but I'm not sure on how to fix it right now. Essentially, these front thruster housings here are kind of... it was kind of brought up that they look kind of weak, you know, like it's not very beefy connecting to it, like they could break off really easily. But this has been a thing I'm trying to figure out on how in the heck can I make it look tougher over here. The problem is it's totally different on both sides. Like this side really doesn't have a wall. Like I can make the other side look tougher and kind of mount it into the body a little bit more and strengthen it up. But this side here is, yeah, I don't really have a body to mount it to on this side of the ship. So I'm looking at it. I'm going to try to revise this and make it look a little beefier so it looks like it's not quite as flimsy up here. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do to accomplish that yet. Now, one last thing in comments, and this has to do with the engineering area that I don't want to get into, is it was brought up that with weight distribution, that maybe I ought to put all the Reforged Eden parts on this side, and all the vanilla parts or the shield and stuff on this side. I think that's, if I'm interpreting the comment correctly, and that is to balance the weight distribution of having like this bigger chunk over on the front side. Now, from what I know, though, I mean, in actual like game rules and stuff like that, CVs and SVs, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't care about weight distribution. HVs do. That's the only creation that I know of in this game that actually does care about weight distribution. But every time I've messed with SVs or CVs, if you got like, if I had like, if this thing was set up where it had like bazillions of storage going down the far side over on this side and nothing on the other side, I don't think it would affect this ship at all. And it's not going to like tilt one way, or it's not going to turn better one direction or the other direction. It just doesn't care. It doesn't process that. It does for HVs though, which is kind of the exception. So HVs with the mechanics behind the hover engines, it does care, but all these other creations just do not seem to care whatsoever on the weight distribution of a creation. So by doing this, it really is not going to affect the performance of anything. It just will make it a little bit more plausible, because a lot of these parts on this side will be installed first. And like a lot of the parts on the other side of the room would be like Reforged Eden parts that aren't going to be in the ship's stock, but this room's going to have a lot of stock parts in it. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. And I also did add in elevators going up to the top over here now as well. So I'm going to be doing some more cleanup and texturing and stuff on the flight deck yet, but at least I got the base pattern kind of in place now, so it's not looking near as bad as it was on the last video. Anyway, let's get into this. So with with these rooms, I kind of want to do them asymmetrical mostly, but there are some parts that I do want to do symmetrical as well, and I'm going to start with that. So let me turn on symmetry. I think here, I'll get the HUD on, turn on symmetry, make sure I got that set right. I think I do, right down the center of the ship. The first part that I do want to do with symmetry on is I got to remove a lot of these thrusters and build like an airtight, at least a temporary like cage for them, so you can add these thrusters in, because these a lot of these, especially these three over here, are not going to come stock in the ship. It's a significant chunk of CPU here. You'll be able to add them back in, of course, and that's what it's all about. But right now I want to remove those, and this part's going to be the same on both sides of the ship. And then I want to set up a some kind of mechanism that's airtight here, and I think my best plan would probably be some airtight ramp doors. Now, also with in regards to vanilla, with this ship, originally I kind of wanted to make the base ship fits both, but then I realized I cannot do that. I'm going to have a separate vanilla version, like I did with the first Helios, and that has to do with the solar panels. Actually, I can't just, if you spawn this in vanilla, all these solar panels are going to be gone, and there's going to be big holes in the flight deck. So I can't really make one size fits all. So I will have a separate vanilla version. I'll probably put out the Reforged Eden version, and then I'll have like a private link to the vanilla version, kind of like I did with a couple other ships recently, so I don't have to have like 2 full releases. It's just you can get the vanilla version, which I'll have to fill in the holes with the solar panels, basically. Add a little bit more block work over there. All right, well, anyway, I'll shut up on that. So we're going to need some 3x3 airtight ramps. Oh, they don't go at the angle I want them to go at, though. Those are 1x1s. How would this work out? Or maybe I don't use ramps at all. I wanted to, because I thought it would look a little bit nicer, but at the same time, I don't think there's one that's the right dimensions I'm looking for, because none of them curve at a 45. I really need a 45 degree here, which is not too hard to work with, but unless it went. See, I got the open holes right there too, so it would have to kind of start here and work that way. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I thought for some reason there was a one of these ramps that actually it did work at a 45 degree angle, but I think that is not true. And then again, here's another thing with vanilla too, is vanilla doesn't have these ramps with airtight versions. So maybe I shouldn't use those at all. Otherwise, I would have to replace that all out with the vanilla version as well. It's going to kind of present some problems, though. There's a 3x3 door like this, too, but man, that's not really going to work out super well either. I think regardless, you'd have to remove these ramp doors here. Just got to plan this out a little bit here. Let's say there's a ramp door there. I'll just add in some more blocks to fill in the holes here temporarily. that's kind of what it would look out the back side, and then you would remove that, pop in a thruster. I guess that works. I mean, I really wanted something that was angled at a 45 degree though, but it's got to be airtight. It's going to be important, otherwise the engineering areas will not be airtight. There's some other options. I mean, I could go with, oh, this won't work either. There is this really cheap part here. Because they're just considered railings, considerably cheaper, but look about the same as the higher material version of these, or the regular grates. These are fake grates, basically. So they're not airtight, but this would probably look a whole lot better and not ramp up the weight of the ship or much of anything else. See, I do like that better. Maybe a combination of both, a door and a ramp, or I just oh yeah, but then there's this part here too. Yeah, I think it would need a door and a ramp. I think that would be the best way to go about this. I don't know of another way that would really work out very good, but how about I turn these sideways for the heck of it. How about like this, and then try to get that in the right spot. Let's see, but would that truly be airtight behind there? Oh, do I even? Oh, these are, yeah, all of these are airtight. So yeah, these are airtight pieces there. All right, that kind of works. Now I only have to like build out technically one of these, and then I can copy and paste it, because it's going to be kind of a repeating thing over here. So let's do that now. Let's just try to work on this one little section here, build a little trim around here. Some of this area up top here, I've basically been just filling things in because I want to keep the size classes as low as I can. If I got holes in the hull, it ramps up the size class, actually a fair amount. Sometimes filling things in, I actually get some size class back, which is always wonderful. Okay, so the basic thing there. So we want this to look kind of neat and technical, and we want to definitely seal this little gap hole right over here. So let's try some kind of little frame piece that comes up around here. Let's go with that on the bottom, and let me get this rotated the right way, and that across the top, maybe something like that. And then here we can pop in maybe a couple of these double thin half block pieces there. Okay, so I think this would be pretty easy. You'd essentially remove the door, and these are purely optional back here. I don't have to put those in place. I could just leave this open, but I don't think those are very expensive whatsoever. So all right, let's work on a little bit of texturing already here. I want to make it look like it's in some kind of formation here. Something like that. Let's paint some of this inside stuff here too. Something like that. Okay, so across the top, let's do, how did I do those? I did those in that direction. How about we turn that, and then we'll do that across the top, and maybe even on this wall here. Now this I just kind of want to black out, so you don't really see much of anything going on inside of here. Something like that. So pretty clean. And let's just paint these darker too, if they stay or not. Again, that would just add more to the size class, and it's not really accomplishing anything. Alright, so engineering, I kind of wanted to get like some engineering look. Probably the offset color on this is obviously this red. I'm not really using the oranges like I did in the first Helios. It's more of a red tone, which is kind of a little bit more in par with the newer creations that I built for the humans anyway. I kind of switched over from the orange to kind of this red, just to be a little different there. You get kind of sick of the same old thing. And we'll use grays and reds. I don't know if I should two-tone that or not, though. I'll maybe put like something like that down there, a little something here, and oh no, we don't want to do that on the top. Could just wrap that around like that. Let's get some flashy in here or something, maybe something to look at, different kind of texture, something like that. Let's also put some red across the top, and I got to figure out what's going to happen above here yet. Kind of getting the base idea in place here. But yeah, since there's 6 of these, or actually there's 10 of these. Well, no, technically there's only 6 that would be like this. I think the other 2 thrusters. Oh, actually 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. This one's a little different right now, but maybe it won't be. I don't know. I kind of want to keep things uniform. One other comment too suggested that maybe I can reduce the size of these engineering areas a little bit, or cut the length of the ship. And basically how I got this set up is the length of this room is very dependent on all the thrusters that are sticking out of the sides of it and going across the back, and that kind of determined the size. I wanted to leave some room in here so you can get in, pop in these thrusters and things like that. I do have a couple stacked next to each other. I mean, there is a couple blocks I think that could be removed from the total length of these engineering rooms, but that would really cause a lot of problems everywhere else at this time, because it would mess with the whole bottom section all the way across the ship too, which I would have to like figure out and kind of rebuild that. And I kind of like the little bit of extra room. I don't think it's going to cost too much more in size class or anything like that. Alright, so we got a bit of a front heading on here. Let's for now I'm just going to fill in some more here to keep everything kind of squared off. And this is just a facing. But is that facing, can I just simply copy that to the next area or not? Let's try and see what happens, I guess. Well, hold on. I don't want to do that yet until I actually think it's complete. Otherwise I got to do it another 6 more times or something. So let's also try to get like a little line thingy going on in here. At least I can't really run that up the other side over here though. Alright, kind of works. I don't know. I think what I'm going to try to do is just kind of really tweak out one before I think about copying it. If I try to rush the copy, then I'll probably regret it later. Okay, so we're using that color there. I'm using a lot of different shades of gray on this thing too. Okay, so yeah, I should use the brighter gray up there too. Let's add in a couple texture thingies here. This might be actually buried anyway up on the top row. I'm not sure how all that's going to work out yet. Okay, something like that. And you know what? Let's add another line down and around over here. That kind of can go up the wall. This is going to mess up here, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, it actually works. That's cool. Okay, so now we got a little trim ring, and I think I can actually run that up this side as well. Let's get the red in on the bottom. So that looks pretty clean. Let's match up some textures a little bit better on the top side. Oh, or should I not do that because that's unique? Yeah, I shouldn't do that there. Oops. Guess I'm using that color. Okay, so let's add in a couple texture lights at least. Maybe like that. Or should I have the texture lights only lined up by the door itself? I kind of liked it better this way. It looks a little more uniform, I suppose. Okay, so we got a bit of a facing here. And this, yeah, so everything beyond this point is not airtight, which is fine. Alright, so that's, that'll be that part. Now, there's another thing that's going on here, and maybe I should cut here. I'm gonna go out of symmetry. I'm gonna copy this one chunk here. I don't think it's gonna do a very good job getting it all, but at least it'll be still save some time, I think. So let's copy you and move that out. Put it in position on the next thruster, which would be right there, I think. Alright, yeah, I'll do this again too. One more time here. And I want to do a nice angled piece that goes across to all these and kind of ties them in together. That's kind of the plan right now. Go out one more and back one more. Is that the right place? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we got the 3 of those in. I'm going to turn on symmetry again. I know it's going to be messed up on the other side because it doesn't have these pieces in place, but it's alright. It's alright for now. Alright, so now we've got kind of a nice setup here to do some kind of 45-degree frame angle something or other across the top here, and that's kind of what I'm looking to do. Just got to figure out what blocks I want to use for that. I think this might be a good choice. Let's see, we have one there. Like that. And then this can keep on. How does that work if it keeps on angling? To maybe about there. And then here. And I think that'll work out. Alright, so on here, on this other piece, there's options. There's the one like this, which has the curve slope at the top, which that works out pretty good, but I think in this case, what I want to use an alternative one, which is up on the 5th page here. It's corner half A1, which has a flat edge on it, which I think would look better in this case because it's going to look more like a frame piece, which I want it to look like. So let's pop those in, get a nice angle in here, at least to that point. And maybe this one over here should be uniform as well. Here, let me start stealing some blocks and just angle this out a little bit more. I'm almost half tempted. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to copy that piece one more time here. And pop it in that 4th thruster position as well here. Just I don't think it's going to work very well, though. It's really tight with that other piece. And there's one more thruster out over here, which is going to be definitely stock with the ship because you don't actually have access from inside to that thruster, but the rest of them you will. But I was actually planning on having 4 XL thrusters stock on here if I can afford it CPU-wise. That would be the game plan, at least. I don't know if it's going to work out yet or not. Okay, so if we did put that there, it's really close and tight to these other thrusters here. And it doesn't really work with the top, does it? Why doesn't it work with the top? Am I too far out? Oh, I think I'm too far out. Yeah. Oh. Kind of seeing what's going on now. Okay, let's cut this thruster out. Yeah, this needs to go up another 2 blocks forward. That's why. Alright. Let's do that for now. And then see how things come out. I probably ought to grab some thrusters and place one in to see what it would look like once the thrusters are put in place too. Okay, just remove that. Okay, so that would line up pretty good with the ceiling. And wrap around. It does give you a little bit of room. Okay, so what I do need to do is get an Excel thruster. And I want to just take one of these, for instance, wipe out the filler stuff and place it and see how it's going to look on the inside here. Of course, these are really set up to use the angled variation of the thruster here. Something like that. So how hard are these going to be to place in here, and how far out do they go? Is it like that? Yeah, that's where they're supposed to go. Okay. That actually kind of makes my trim not really work anymore. That sucks. Didn't think about that one. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't work. So let's start again over here. The block walls do need to come out a couple more blocks this way. Okay, so let's try something else entirely. How about we take, so I want this to come out something like that. It's got to look good from the inside too, but the thrusters definitely have to be in that exact location to match the bodywork on the outside. Go with an angle like that, and then put the seal-off door here instead. Let's get rid of these blocks as well. Fill in some of this stuff for now. Can always dig into it later, but a lot of trial and error when you're building. I mean, I've built a lot of things, but yeah, I still trial and error, you know, see what works. That's a great thing about it, though. You can do a lot of revisions pretty quickly. So it's keep on switching things around a lot. Here, I'm going to get rid of that lip I had on at least the top. Let's put like that there, and let's try to put in 2 of these again, and I could put texture lights on the tips of those. Might look neat from the inside here. And let's grab one of these doors. Oh, that's the problem. I want that to overhang over the edge of the door so you don't see that gap in there. Alright, so let's add some more blocks here. I want something pretty thin just to cover that gap. Which isn't going to work on the center one, is it? And there goes the idea with the texture lights. Alright, there's always something. Always something. I mean, technically, I think this would be airtight yet, with that there and with this block there, but I hate seeing that outside gap there. That's bugging me. So, alright, we'll get rid of that. Let's put in one of those, and might as well just do it at the top. It overhangs this a little bit, and that's kind of why I didn't want to do it, but I think it'll still work. So let's put like that up there, and what can we do across the top to make it look spiffy? Maybe do something like a little half round block or something like that coming out, and we could really freak it out and put in maybe one of these. This is kind of a neat little setup here too, because you've got a couple small sides visible on either side of this block, which is great again for adding in really small texture lights. So texture light color. I might dial in the texture light colors before I'm done with this thing too. But let me see what texture lights can work here. But I think the only one that really would fill that area in pretty good is that. But it could look kind of neat there. We'll see. And maybe in the center we'll put in something that kind of fits that shape. And then we could mix up some colors here. So maybe put like a little red trim around this area, and maybe that top area as well, and then we'll keep a lot of it gray. Something like that, and put in a little something there. Maybe a light there too, why not? Okay, so the inside of this, just kind of filled in with the same red. Alright. I think that would kind of work. Alright, so this this row here, pretty ugly. Let's do something with it. I wanna keep on running out of I want more textures, darn it. more options. Okay, I got an idea. Let's run like a red stripe across here, but keep some of it gray and some of it red, kind of keep on mixing it up a lot, I guess. Maybe something like that. And see all these lines here. Get a couple of those in place. Alright, so the ceiling, I guess we're just using gray here. Yeah, that'll make sense. I'll just keep on using the... Oh no, that was actually one tone down already. Let's fill in some more of this. Yeah, look at all this gap room out over here. That's alright. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to fill all this in. I could add something up here. Maybe an oxygen tank. Yeah, I could put in an oxygen tank. I hate wasting room. I hate like just filling in areas of a ship. But you know, when you're fighting size class all the time, it's a better way to go, generally speaking, to do that. All those gaps just, you know, add more to your size class by quite a bit, actually. Nice if you want to put in some LCDs, though, buried in there. But right now, I don't know what LCDs I would add. Oh, there's another problem now. No. There's not another problem. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work. What am I thinking? This is now... Okay, so what I need to do a little bit more copying here. So let me clear my cursor. Let's grab this small set of blocks here. And I guess we got to go in 1, 2. Is that working out? Or not? No, we don't have to go in 1. Okay, let's just copy that. That air tank's going to be removed anyway. So, okay, we'll copy. Let's move this back over here. Every one of these projects can take a while, though, too, I tell you. Like what I'm doing here, I was like, yeah, let's build this engineering area in an hour. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. It's be kind of a long process probably to get this going. But, I mean, I'm at the last part of the ship, pretty much, which is kind of cool. So once these engineering rooms are done and a couple other little thingies happening here and there, I think it would be all right. Here, there's another way to do this too. I can just take like these blocks here. I think they're all the same. Paste them in place. Steal that one, put it here. I love I love that holding down the control key and the right clicking to capture a block already pre-textured. That is a really nice thing to know. Didn't know it for a very, very long time until someone brought it up in comments, and I really appreciate that because I didn't even know that existed. Somehow I never even accidentally stumbled across it throughout years of building. I just didn't know it was there. Alright, so 2 thruster bays. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think I can work with that. If the frame gets built up neatly over here, maybe it'll work out. Let's add one little more element of texture or something here. Let's add a little console display thingy. Maybe not. What else could go there? How about... No. What could look good there? I want to put something there. Maybe a little exhaust vent turned sideways or something. Alright. Figure that out later, I guess. Alright, so that's kind of the format here. I think what I'm going to do is try to duplicate that to the other parts here. Let's get rid of the old stuff. And let's try this other method here of popping. Oh, is that? Oh, that's really not going to work out. Nah. Yeah. Just wish I'd do that. I guess we could just kind of copy that all the way up. Probably should do it to the other side over here too. I'm debating whether or not, copy and pasting would be the better way to go here. Probably. I just thought I'd try it this way once. Which isn't awful or anything. But, yeah, kind of slow, isn't it? Yeah, this was a dumb way to do it. First time I really ever tried it, rather than just go copy and pasting. Copy and pasting can take a little bit of time, but I think this is far more time. But it's at least almost done. All right, let's fill in a bunch of blocks here. We'll put on the facing. Like that. Alright, steal a few more blocks. Alright, so on this wall, I guess, wait a minute, why is this all different? Oh no, I got something else wrong here, don't I? Are these too far back? Did I screw that up? No, the doors are in the right spot, are they? What's going on? Why do I have a different, complete different spacing over here? Oh, I messed something up. Oh yeah, these are sitting way back. Ah! Alright. Okay, enough of this stupid. Let's just do some copying and pasting. I guess let's grab this. Why is my bounding box all big like this too? I don't get this thing sometimes. It's like I never stretched out the box this size, did I? Maybe I did. Okay, let's copy you, and then let's put that. Should go 2 blocks back, I think, just so this overlaps the edge just by a smidgen. And do it one more time here. Oh, that's still not right. Look at that. What is going on here? Why? Oh no, I'm screwing something up. Yeah. This should be uniform between the two. This has got an extra row yet. Why does that have an extra row? This doesn't. Oh, but that's because this one should be back one. Oh. Man. Man, I don't know. This isn't going as easy as I wanted it to. Okay, so that's technically, I would think, where it should be. And then I've got some other ones misplaced. Let's just paste that in. And let's copy it again. Okay, so each one of these should have three, I think, 3 rows. And this one over here needs to come back one. I get it. We'll get it sorted. Okay. Not sure how badly I'm screwing up everything else here, but okay, so uniform, uniform, uniform. The blocks in the center are screwed. All right, so let's get rid of those. What's going on the outside here? Okay, so we're okay there yet. Just put in full blocks here for now. There and there. And get rid of that too. Full block there. And these 2 rows here. I sort of ended up removing these thrusters over here too. I'm kind of wondering, can I move them back 1 row? That would, this is really tight over here. But I think that's better now, maybe. Okay, we got the ceiling, those are in place. Let's put a block there, and what's that block? Oh, that's shaped on the other side. Can't do that. Let's get rid of this one and fill in 2 more here and put in a couple of these to square off the pattern for now. And actually, maybe that ought to, yeah, probably ought to turn and go this way along this wall too. Something like that. And I can probably actually add some more like, I don't know, fake frame pieces up there for some decorative properties. All right. So, all right, let's try to fancy this up. Okay, so each one of these. No, this still isn't right. Oh man. Okay, so I should have a full solid block here. Yeah, 1 full solid block. Don't have it on this one. Yeah, it's too far back. Darn it. All right, another copy. Son of a gun. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna let's just do a cut. Now I'll do a copy. Move that back 1, put it there. Now it's uniform. Okay, so now everything is lining up. All right, so we got this this full block row here. I want it just flat on the other side because that's where the thruster's going. But here we can play a little bit, try to add some kind of marking or something here. What would look neat? That will work with the blocks here. It's of course it can't be too thick. So what if we had like something like that there, and I think we can also take that one out and let's put in this alternative. So that'll make like this little cut in there, which might look alright. I don't feel like trying to copy that in place 4 times, so I'll just kind of manually do this one. Except not on the end, because, yeah, I want to fill that in. Alright, so let's not do it there. Get rid of those, and these, steal that. Put it there. Okay. Let's fix some textures. So I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot done on this video, but just kind of show you at least the process of it. How about a light, something in place there, and I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't keep that center textured a little bit differently there. Again, trying to add some little amounts of detail in here, and actually this top row probably should be red. Let's do that. Okay, and you're supposed to be gray. Just do something like that for now. Okay, so now the center. Let's try to go to a dark tone here. See what happens. Maybe in these spots here. And then get a little of that in there. Clean up some of the lines. And then we'll carry that on through here, another block. Should I put in some kind of... No, that doesn't line up with the other texture lights, so let's keep this pretty plain. And then color that to match, maybe. Something like that. Or is that just too many colors? How about we put in that, maybe there too. And different thing there. Alright, well, so far alright, I guess. It's, oh yeah, that was this tone, I think. Clean up some of this stuff. Oh yeah, that inside area there. Yeah, we do have an inside area on all these. So let's, I kind of actually liked what was there. Right in that, just these, oops. Right in the gap. Don't care about that one right now. Alright, fill in some more stuff here. Get rid of a lot of the lines. That. Alright, so now, decals. Should I number these on, should I put numbers on these things Does that matter? I think that would be just silly. Alright, so decorative stuff. What can we do with this? How about some dots? I wish there was, oh man, that's another thing I wish. I wish there was a whole lot more decals and things, and it'd be amazing if you could pick what color you want them to. But yeah, I do a lot of this kind of thing, and it's purely just to try to add some kind of, I don't know, detail, a little bit more to look at, I guess. Not sure why you would have the dots there in reality, but sometimes they can indicate something. In this case, I have no idea. Zero idea on that. Alright, so that's alright. And we've had symmetry off. You know, if I might just, I'll use that flip copy command. So once I get this done, I'll just slink it over to the other side. And I should be alright with that. So, alright, so on the edges here, this particular block, I know this this particular texture here, it basically centers whatever texture you put on this side of the block, due to how it was UV'd, I guess you could say. So this is a nice fitting piece if you're using that particular block there, but a little monotonous. There's not too many other things that actually work out for this, but I think, now you can't use that. This kind of does as well, so it could add like a row of lights going across there. It may look good later, but right now I'm not sure. Said was that a line here maybe? I like to put the lines over those lights so it kind of blends them all in, and it kind of illuminates at when it's darker and things like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that line though. I don't like that line. Sorry. It's one of those things. Like to try it, but yeah, I don't want a line there right now for some reason. Just I think it's going to be a little too much. But that doesn't mean I can't do a line somewhere else. Oh, this should be red. There's not much surface area to work with here, though. I was thinking about doing like a little box or something, but maybe that's silly too. Let's change this top piece. So this is lined up alongside of the door, and then this top piece isn't. So maybe that should just be I guess just filled in. Okay, so now it looks kind of uniform. Except I'm not so sure about this red over here now, to be honest. I think kind of want to color that gray so we got a more uniform color transition there. And I know it's red on the outside. I'll figure that out when I paint the thruster housings on the other side. Alright, so that kind of works. Let me, some of these lift thrusters are going to be out of here too, but right now, this is a bit of a sticky point. It's, let's see, we would have a lift thruster here and here. And out of that model, but is that where they should be going? Yeah. Okay, just not that part, but it's alright. And I guess there is enough room to get to this door with those thrusters in place. I just want to definitely wall this off here. Of course, it's going to be a hot zone for walking around, but it is engineering. I can put in caution signs and things. Let's try to keep it kind of simple right now. We kind of make some kind of angled wall there. And then we're going to need access doors to get into these thrusters to place them as well. Just going to do some walls here in a minute. Let's put put the inverted versions of these here. Something like that. Yeah, it's super thin. Of course, you're going to be getting thruster heat because you're not a full block away from those thrusters, but I don't really care, honestly, in this setup here. But I want to make this housing over here look pretty alright too. So let's again experiment with some things. In fact, yeah, let's run the one with the edge on it here instead. And then, okay, so we got a total of 4 exposed blocks, and we want to keep the uniformity of this red line across the top of this as well. So let's just use a couple of these turned this way, and I can just use some straight up half blocks across the top, and that can all be red. We're going to need access doors here, and it's got to be airtight as well. So can we it should turn, have like the 2 like that, kind of put them as a like one enclosure for the 2 thrusters. I think that could work out. Okay, but then we need some trim there. Yeah, it's fairly simplistic, but I think it does the job. Again, keeping it airtight and allowing the player to get in there and place those thrusters. Again, it'll probably have one installed stock, but the other one wouldn't be due to CPU. Let's just run that line across here for now, kind of making like a border going along the ceiling. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a big copy and put to the other side. But this is all, these rooms currently are symmetrical. I'll definitely copy them over before I start putting in the guts of the room with like the all the parts and stuff that are gonna be in here. All right, so let's do a little more painting. Kind of fun as you paint as you go too. Something I've been used to like do all the block work first and not do any painting. That's probably technically smarter, but it is monotonous. So I'm kind of doing a lot of this in between, just getting you know, kind of break up what you're doing a little bit there. Keeps it a little more interesting over time. A couple little lights there. And that should be red too. Let's get some ceiling textures in there. And I definitely don't want that texture on there. Ooh, what a mess on top. Well, kind of getting there. Got a whole bunch, well, not a whole bunch, but yeah, looks like 2 more thrusters. Same idea. Just want to have access doors to all this stuff in the build. Let's paint this chunk here too. Let's try to do what it was doing over there. Again, maybe put in some of these on both sides. And then I think this darker gray piece here. Oops. And then regular gray here. Now, obviously, this is going to be a little different over there, but okay, so far all of these technically should be airtight, even if the thrusters are removed from the ship. So I think that will work. And that kind of doesn't take up too much space. It leaves a lot of floor space in these rooms yet, which is good. Like one of these rooms, like not this one, but the other side, you know, I want to get a fusion reactor, three large shield parts, and some other stuff. So it might be a little tight, a little bit tighter than I thought it was going to be, but I think it should work yet. Oh yeah, that's right. We got the down thruster in here too. That's actually wedged back behind this one. Oh man, that's in a spot that I really cannot give a player access to. And I don't want this big XL thruster in there stock either. Alright, well, let's do a couple last little steps here, and I might do a part 2 to this video here, and who knows, maybe even a part 3, but yeah, this is just it's a larger part of the ship to do at once. And it's got a lot of technical specifications to these rooms here too, but it's not so bad. It's kind of a fun area to do actually. Just got to make it look nice one way or another, and work, of course. So we got a trim ring. At some point this might look better if it was a different color too. I'm not sure. I almost don't want to texture that part there. But yeah, I think, okay, so it's coming along pretty good. I haven't even tried to fit the parts, and I guess it's going to take a little bit longer than I thought it would be to just build up the housings around the thrusters. Let's try to get these strafing thrusters in place here too. This part's going to bother me though with the big thruster. I don't know of any way to place that from inside the ship though, because it's literally behind other thrusters and things like that. So I'm just gonna wall that off right there for now. Let's get a wall or fill that into all these little nooks and crannies here. The amazing thing though, I didn't look at it before I started working on this, but I bet you the size class didn't go up much from this, because I'm filling in some areas too at the same time, which kind of even though I'm adding some new blocks, just having a lot of those little zones like this filled in reduces the size class, so it might not have gone up very much here. Alright, so how are we going to do this last section here? What is going on here? What are these? Oh, so that's going right out to the outside of the ship there. Can't touch that. Alright, so that one only gives you, so you can only see 2 chunks of the thruster. God, this is a nice area for parts down there. Let's divide that up, put in a line here. We're gonna kind of almost need a wall here to keep it matching this side, which is gonna be kind of weird. And the whole reason I left that out is, yeah, I want to get some fuel tanks in here. So one thing I did want this ship to have is more fuel tanks than I normally run. I know they're bombs. They're essentially bombs in your ship. So the more fuel tanks you got, the more explodies you got. And putting them next to thrusters like this, probably not a really super awesome idea either. But man, I got room. I got room for them here. And the whole thing's made of carbon anyway. Yeah, that'd be just a really nice spot to add some more thrusters. Or, I'm sorry, fuel tanks. Okay, so let's see, on this part here, let's just kind of make a border around here. This is our visible area. So getting into the thrusters here, we can mix this one up a little bit. Let's put in like a bit of a ramp that actually goes down to these here on two sides, and we'll just kind of make it like a 2x2 area here. Something like that. Bury those fuel tanks. And put stuff in there. And okay, so now let's start getting a little designer with it. Well, actually, let's figure out how these doors are going to work. Getting into there. Oh yeah, okay, so let's try the curved ramp doors here. Or curved, I mean angled. Airtight versions of, I think this size. No. Need a too wide one. Are there any? Oh, there's ones. That'll work. Let's reverse that so it goes something like, okay, so it doesn't need to go that far. You go to like here. How would that work? I think that could work. Let's just, yeah, so this whole ramp down thing isn't really doing it anymore. Well, kinda. Let's switch it to this instead. At least on these two sides. And then it can kind of go down like that. I think that'll work. That makes it look like these ramp doors are supported better. But I should reverse these. I don't want the lip on the bottom side. I want it the other way around. But can we? And have it still angle that way is the question. I think so. If it's tilted in that direction. Let's try that. It makes sense, otherwise you have to jump over the lip when the doors are open. So that wouldn't actually work out super well. Then we can add something up here. How about let's go to some half blocks. Oh, guess that ain't gonna work there, but we can do half blocks on this side. Maybe something like that, and then I'll just match it with this over here. Okay, so this line here too. Let's indent this or do something with it. Make it look a little more cut in, I guess. Maybe something like that. Just on that side. Alright, so now we've got, these are kind of sticking out over the edge a little bit. So let's build a little thing that sticks out over here as well. Should I use the round blocks here? Can I use the round blocks? So I don't think that's going to work out. Now they start there, not here, unless go with the smaller ones. Like there, and maybe... Oh, I can't. Okay. Just one. And then here, let's put in a solid there, and then let's put in some of that above it, like that. So we got a little block formation up there. Look at all this room up here. It's doing nothing. But maybe it will. Maybe it will do something. Maybe I'll cram some parts up there. Alright, so what is going on with... So I can edit this row, I think. Not that one. Okay, I can edit these two blocks. So let's try to get a little bit of a bevel or something going on here. Angle, bevel kind of thing. Maybe like that. Can we do it to the... Oh, the top one doesn't work with the border. Okay, okay. Let's not use that one. Let's go to the other angle. So we'll do like 22.5 here, I guess. Does that come out? Oh, that doesn't come out very good on the ceiling. No, that doesn't work either. Son of a gun. All right. Could go with just the... No. Yeah, the whole thing, I want it to be at least to cover that half block on the top row, so I got to use something different here. Maybe just straight. Maybe I don't bevel it the other direction. So that would line up good on the top, and then we... oh, that's not going to work down here, though. I'd have to start one out. Okay, we can do that. Let me put in a full one here. That still works. And we've got another row here. What's that? Can't touch that. Try another 22.5 angle, but just on this outer row, maybe. Maybe something like, oh, darn it, sticks out over the ceiling again. Oh, maybe I just modify that that trim coming around here to come in another row, which actually would work out because there's this hallway coming in here too. So yeah, that would be a better plan. So basically, what is there now would get moved to this row like that, and this can all just be solid blocks there. Could even replace that and put in some parts up there. I'll have to remember that those are I can mess with them. Okay, so one last thing. Nah, geez. Well, here, a little bit of painting real quick here. I just wanted to see what this last chunk looks like if it was kind of painted and filled in a little bit. Oh, this whole line doesn't match the red line on the other side. Oh, that's not cool. Okay, so this is going to have to be gray here. not red on this line. I really want to keep the uniformity of that line, and not have it just suddenly drop down a block row over here. And the inside I've been painting a little darker. Maybe add in a little something there. No, not there. Oh, how about some dark in here? Maybe something like that. That'll work. And tone down here. Alright, and let's go a little darker shade. Over here, I'll try it at least. Maybe put in a thing. Actually, that should be the lighter gray here. Yeah, should be lighter gray anyway. Alright. Except for that. Let's just keep that all bright there. I don't think it's going to blend very good if it wasn't. Then up top here, I guess I would have to do something, whatever goes up there, again, maybe, God, that's a lot of room there. Yeah, I don't want to fill that in yet. I kind of want to use this space for something. Just too much room to just waste. Well, anyway, I guess that's a good stopping point. I didn't even get to the parts I meant to put in here. I guess it's there's a lot of I mean, I got to get this worked out before I start adding in warp drives and big shield parts and stuff. I want to get the outer edges of the room, especially where all the thrusters are, worked out on both sides. Which obviously I do want symmetric in this case. Because they're symmetrically placed on the ship itself. So other than that, yeah, at least it started. Just as a test though, I think if I were to just take a guess, I think this room currently is sealed off. I just want to verify that. So let's put in a ventilator. And let me make sure the ship has some oxygen in it. Let me turn that on. And then check out the debug and show oxygen. Yes, good. Like to see that. I really hate bizarre oxygen holes. Always a pain in the butt. So it's wonderful when you test a room for the first time and and you're holding oxygen. So yeah, okay, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, other than that, I think I'll just call it on this video, and I'll try to do another one here and just keep on going with this build here. Maybe I'll get that out tomorrow. I might record it later today, but I do have to leave for the time being. So, or maybe not, or maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. But any and all, you can at least see kind of the process on how I go about these things with building rooms out, and try to get it right. Often I have to try something, it doesn't work, try something else, might not work even a second time. Usually by the third time I usually get it kind of figured out, and then go from there. But I'm not so worried. I obviously had symmetry off when I did most of this room, but I can literally copy this whole chunk of the ship, flip it, and put it on the other side. and then just clean up some of the textures so I don't have to rebuild this or try to memorize everything that was done on this side to the other side. That's a decent way to do it, actually. I could have had symmetry on the whole time too, but then I'll probably multiple ways to go about it. Anyway, y'all have yourself a great day, and I will talk to you later.